Hello there folks, my name is Spunks and I saw One of Them Days and I really liked it. I was pretty interested in this movie. I like Keke Palmer and SZA, and just hearing those two being in a movie together really piqued my interest. The fact that a lot of people, including Issa Rae from Insecure and Rap Shit, were also working on this movie, also helped in making me very interested in this movie, since I'm a big fan of those shows, and the trailers all looked really funny. I laughed a lot during the trailers, and it seemed like it was just going to be a really solid, funny buddy comedy, and that's exactly what I got, pretty much. Nothing more, nothing less, just a really solid, funny comedy that provided enough of the laughs that I needed it to have. Pretty much the selling point and what works best about this film is Keke Palmer and SZA. That's the selling point. These two very charming, talented, charismatic, very funny people are in a movie together, and they just have to work off of one another and provide the laughs, and they do. Their chemistry is infectious. They really play off of each other very well. You can definitely tell this was like a dream project for both of them, getting to be in a movie like this, and showing off their comedic chops, and also how much they work off of each other very well. And the movie provides a lot of their best moments together. They work off of each other very well, and you can tell they are really like being in this movie, doing this together. And what also helps is that their characters are also very well written and charming. They both have their goals, they both have their struggles, but they really do care about each other and want them to succeed at the end. And I think they're both very well written, on top of the great performances given by both of them. Keke Palmer brings all the energy, but SZA especially is the star. This is her first acting role in a major movie, and she has got it. Give her more movies, please, because she's got the comedic chops. Just absolutely funny, great comedic timing. She absolutely killed this role. The supporting cast of characters are also very funny and likable. SZA has this boyfriend who is pretty much the sole reason why they're in the mess in the first place, and I thought he wasn't going to be in the movie that much, but he has this whole side plot with this other girl that I won't talk about here because it's not really mentioned in the trailers, but he delivers on the goods. He is very, very funny at playing the scumbag boyfriend, and just he tries to play it off. Well, the character tries to play it like he has a lot of knowledge and is very full of wisdom. In reality, he's really wimpy and kind of a sleazebag, but he delivered on the laughs. I hope he gets more roles in the future. His side plot and his character had some really funny moments. There's also a lot of other characters here. Cat Williams is in the movie, and he has some funny moments. Maud Apatow is very good at playing the role she's playing here. As soon as you see her face in the movie, you know exactly what role her character plays in the movie, and she delivers. Janelle James pretty much has a cameo, as well as Lil Rel Howery, but their sequences were still really funny, and I really enjoyed their time here. They make the most out of the short time they're in the movie for sure. And as a whole, the movie's just really, really funny. I laughed out loud and consistently throughout the whole thing, and a lot of the comedy, once again, comes from the chemistry and banter between SZA and Keke Palmer, but also the crazy situations and scenarios these two get into when they're trying to find a way to pay the rent before the end of the day. The two big standouts for me was the blood donation sequence, which was way more graphic than I was expecting it to be. It got to the point where I had to look away because I'm a bit squeamish, but it was definitely a lot more bloodier than I was expecting it to be. And then there's this fight that happens near the end of the movie involving the girl. Again, try not to get into too much, but the way it escalates and the way it wraps up and concludes is so ridiculous and so, dare I say, bonkers. I cannot stop laughing. It's so funny, but that goes for a lot of the comedy here. It's so funny. The comedic timing, again, from everyone is on point, and a lot of the situations and scenarios the characters get themselves into was just really, really hilarious and funny. As for issues with the film, I found a couple of the jokes to fall flat. I mean, what are you going to do? Not every joke is going to land when you're having 97 jokes per 5 minutes, I guess. And, there are some stinkers, some ones that fall flat, and where the timing just isn't there, really. And there are some story issues, I think. First off, they felt the need to add an antagonist to the film. I wouldn't even call him a villain because his presence isn't really felt to like the very end of the film. So he kind of feels very forced, and like these girls are already going through so much already through the film, and I felt like his addition wasn't really necessary. It just felt like, okay, we need something else to add to raise the stakes here for this film, because it's a very simple movie. You can describe this movie in one sentence, really. So I felt like, okay, we need something else to raise the stakes here. So maybe make his presence feel a bit more throughout the film, or make him a better, stronger character. I don't know, but I found the antagonist to not really be that interesting or much of a threat, and really unnecessary in my opinion. And in terms of plot structure, it does have some issues here, as the movie does that thing in some movies do where like, okay, we need this to happen, or we need these two characters to meet up at some point, at specifically at this point, so we're gonna make this character do this decision, and it's like, oh boy, don't do that. You can tell like, okay, we need this to happen in the movie, so we're gonna make this character do this dumb thing, and it just makes the character look stupid, when in reality, compared to everything else in the movie, they're not. And it's like, okay, this could have been a bit better written. At least write it a bit better to make it less like forced, or like feeling like this needed to happen in the movie. It doesn't happen a lot, but during some certain points you can feel like, okay, yeah, they needed this to happen in the plot. But I get it, but like also this could have been handled a bit better. But otherwise, I still thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It provided the laughs it needed to, and did everything it had to do, really. It wasn't striving for a lot, and that's all right. It's a very simple R-rated buddy comedy, and it delivered on the buddies and the comedy. The two leads are very strong together. The comedy was really, really funny, and I had a really good time with this movie. If you're in the mood for a good laugh, and you want to see something short and simple, sweet, and very, very funny, and you like the two leading ladies here, I'd say go check it out. I don't think it's a rush out to see, but certainly do check it out if you're interested. If you saw the trailer and you laughed and you really enjoyed it, I think you'll definitely dig this. I had a good time with it. So those are my thoughts on One of Them Days. What did you all think of it? If you've seen it, did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all the social media links at the end of the video. And until next time, everyone, stay sharp.